Now to a live look at the White House, where the Trump administration's focus is turning to international affairs. Today, President Donald Trump is expected to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The president says he wants to help end the war in Ukraine 3 years after Russia's invasion. It comes as tensions explode once again in the Middle East. NBC's Alice Barr has more from Washington.
Well, first of all, Mr. President,
President Trump set to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin today, pressing for an end to Russia's war on Ukraine.
We're going to see if we can work a peace agreement, a ceasefire and peace, and I think we'll be able to do it.
Heavy airstrikes continue as President Trump seeks to persuade Putin to accept a 30-day ceasefire that Ukraine agreed to last week.
We're getting down to a very critical stage, and we want to get the whole Russia-Ukraine thing done.
It comes as Israel began launching extensive airstrikes against Hamas targets in Gaza overnight, killing more than 250, according to health officials in the Hamas-run territory. Israeli officials accusing Hamas of failing to return hostages as part of a fragile ceasefire agreement and vowing to act with increasing military force.
Israel will not stop until all of our hostages are back home.
The White House says the Israelis consulted Trump officials about the attacks. That as the Trump administration is defending against new criticism of its deportations of more than 130 alleged Venezuelan gang members to a prison in El Salvador under a rarely used 1798 statute that does not require due process during wartime. And despite a federal judge's order to halt the flights that the White House claims came after the planes had left U.S. airspace. In a tense hearing Monday, the judge rebuked a Justice Department lawyer for refusing to answer key questions, the DOJ citing national security concerns as Trump officials promised to press ahead. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
That federal judge has given a noon deadline today for the Trump administration to answer questions about the exact timing of the deportation flights compared to the judge's order to halt them.